Hey guys, how's it going? Austin Reed here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I saw this post on Facebook the other day that said, when I was young, I thought coffee was the ultimate drink. And then I got older and I thought alcohol was the ultimate drink. Now, I think water is the ultimate drink. And it is. Water helps my voice so much. You guys have no idea. So anyways, so where were we? We were talking about, we finished college, right? Cool. So, back to walking around the jungle. So now I'm like, all right, I made a date. I left college. I'm like, yo, I'm going to Argentina July 31st. I had like half a year. I had no car. I had no money. Well, like $1,000, maybe a little less. And I'm like, I'm going to make this shit happen. So I went up to Denver with my dad, and I stayed with my dad, and I fucking worked my face off. I worked so fucking goddamn hard. I worked with Tristan's family, at their house, at their liquor stores and stuff. I fucking worked, in Denver. I took a bunch of jobs. I fucked my hands up. I did landscaping. I flipped shit. I fucking worked my face off. I did eBay drop shipping the whole time I was doing this. I was working so fucking hard. Right around March, I bought a car. I paid it off in a month or 2 months. Yeah, I paid it off in like 2 months. I got my title and everything. So now we're in like May or June. And then I'm like, I saved up like a little bit of money. And then I sold my car. And I left for Argentina. Poof. The only income I had was drop shipping at that time. That was it. Once I left, that was it. Just drop shipping. I had a decent amount of money to start off with. I actually had more money when I left to go to Argentina than when I left Argentina. It's crazy. I went to Argentina, I spent a lot of time, I lost a lot of money, and then I eventually left. Actually, by the time I left Argentina, I was broken. Like, beat down. That was the first time I really hit my face against the wall. Because in Germany, I kind of hit my face against the wall with the host families and stuff. But Argentina is really the first time I really hit my face against the wall. And this is where I'm going to tell you guys that doing digital nomad business stuff is not easy. You guys think it's easy. You see all these gurus that are like, yeah, I make $1 million, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but how many times did you hit your fucking face on the dirt before you made it? Or are you even making that much? Like, you don't even know. I'll tell you guys right now, I'm not rich. I'm poor as fuck right now. Like, I don't have money. And we're back. All right. So I was talking about Argentina and going to Argentina. So I went to Argentina to do music with Ticho because that was our dream. And I showed up in Argentina and he helped me get a house. And I was doing the eBay and stuff. And he had a band already. We were called Light Motif. And it was me, Tincho, and Joaco. Joaco was the vocalist. Tincho was, I guess, the lead guitarist. And I was like the rhythm guitarist, I guess. And that was it. And Joaco played bass, but he wasn't very good at bass, to be honest with you. And Joaco was an amazing vocalist. It was the first time I've ever actually been around someone who was good at singing, like, regularly. And some of the shit he would do was just like, you know what I mean? I'm still not as good as him. I probably will never be able to sing some of the things he can sing, but I have a different style of voice, so that's okay. And eventually one day I will be good. Not yet, but soon, hopefully. And we played music, and the first concert I played was like a week and a half after I got there. We played a casino. It's pretty cool. And I learned the whole set in like a week and a half. And I didn't even fuck up a note. I was so excited. I worked really hard on practicing all that. I had it down. I had the set down, like down. Of course, I did have like a cheat sheet of sheet music to remember the chords, but I didn't fuck up. So I guess it was worth having that there. But he needed to stand for his lyrics anyway, so I just put my chords next to his lyrics. Yep. And that was cool, and so we started playing gigs and stuff, and I did the drop shipping, and I was growing the drop shipping, and then I had this crazy idea that, the business should pay for the music, because if the business invests in the music, then the music will grow infinitely larger. I can take all the money I make from the eBays and use it to grow the music, because the music is the real goal, right? So I'm like, all right, that's what we're going to do. So I bring everybody in on the business. I bring Tinto and Huaco on the business. I'm like, we're going to pay for the shits with the business. Everybody's going to get paid their life, and we're just going to do music full time. Yep. And that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. That was really dumb. And yeah. So I stopped doing business with my brother about halfway through, because back then me and him were fighting all the time. We would constantly yell at each other and get angry, and like, I was pretty good at saving money and my brother was not, and so I had money and I wanted to hire people to do things, and I wanted to do Facebook ads and these things, and my brother was like, no, because every time you hire someone, I go into debt, because we split everything in half, but all my money was in the business, and he had like no money in the business because he kept spending it on shit. And so every time I bought something, it put him like $100, $200, $300 in debt, and then all the money we made would pay off his debt, and then we'd make $100 and he'd spend it. And then I'd want to do something, and we couldn't. So he got mad about getting in debt. And we were constantly arguing about how the business should be ran and where we should put our time. And I'm the type of person that wants to work my fucking face off. And Chris is the type of person that doesn't do that type of stuff, which is fine. He's a little more slow about the way he does things, more patient and stuff, which is cool. It's just we didn't fit together. And so we stopped doing business together. And I took my accounts, and he took his. I took my money, and I was like, all right, we're going to do shit, me, you, and fucking Huaco. Like, fuck yeah. And so we started doing that, and this was towards the end of the year of my sole proprietorship. I did my taxes, they were nightmare, and I switched instantly to an LLC in Wyoming so that I could save money on taxes, and because I'd fucking learned. And I got this investor who invested in us and gave us his account and owned a portion of the business that was pretty small. He didn't give us a lot of money. He gave us only like $1,000. Oh, I remember. He gave us like $1,000. And back then, actually by that point, we didn't have any money anymore, because me and my brother split up. And then we were doing really good, amazing. We were selling sex toys mostly on eBay. Just so you guys know, that's the thing. It works really well. If you want to try it, go sell some sex toys on eBay. It works. Anyways, so yeah, we were selling sex toys on eBay, and I got one of my accounts banned, but it wasn't my fault. So I had 5 accounts, right? 5 eBay accounts. One was a kid's store, one was a furniture store, one was a sex store, and I think 2 of them were just whatever. One of them was just so small, I don't even think I had anything posted on it. It was just kind of there. And on one of them, I was posting drones, which is like a super high-risk product for eBay, right? And so I sold 2 drones, which is a lot of money. And the way eBay works is they give you trust based on your sales history. So whatever, the dude paid for the drone, and I got him the drone, and then we tried to list something else, and eBay decided that a brand new account selling expensive stuff is super high risk for eBay, and so they didn't want the account to be part of eBay. And so they banned that account. But because that account and all other 5 accounts were on the same PayPal account, they banned all 5 accounts, all of them. So in one day, I went from doing $500, $600, $700 in sales to doing nothing. Just boom, nothing, no income. That's it. Your income's fucking gone. And then on top of that, half of the orders I had open immediately got refunded. So imagine this, okay? You get paid for like for like $1,000, $2,000 worth of fucking products. You get paid for this drone and a bunch of expensive stuff. And so you've got these open orders going, and you use like 70, 80% of that money to go pay for the items to ship. You use a portion of it, you put it into your tax account, and then the rest of the money that's profit stays in your account, right? Well, all of the orders that were shipped and going out got refunded to the fucking buyers. I'm not even joking. So immediately like that, not only was my income gone, but my account was in the negative. My PayPal account was in the negative. I didn't have any fucking money. And all of a sudden, debt was starting to rack up. And so I did orders on a credit card because I wanted to grab flyer miles and stuff. And so all of a sudden, I had to start putting debt on the credit card just to get out of that situation. Well, and we ended up out of tax money and stuff. Long story short, I ended up finding a friend and getting their eBay account and remaking a sex store. And in a month, we made enough money to cover taxes and all that stuff, but we didn't have a lot of money. Like, we didn't really have much at all. And so we decided to grab an investor who threw $1,000 in, and we used his money to buy the LLC, and we made the fucking business off of one eBay account. And I was doing coachings back then, and the coachings were paying really well. I was doing like $50 to $100 an hour coaching people on how to do eBay, and it was working. And so I continued that for a couple months, and then Joaco, the band member, decided he didn't want to be in the band anymore, and he also decided he didn't want to be in the business anymore. So he was like, you guys are going to pay me, I think it was like $2,000, which is my portion of the business, and I'm going to leave. And he basically snaked us, fucking bastard. And so whatever, and so like we agreed to it. We were kind of stupid, but whatever. We had a couple months to pay him off and whatever. And so we worked to do that, but Joaco worked his face off. And when he left the business, our growth stopped. It was really hard to grow. We had employees, several employees. We had Tincho to pay. We had all my rent and like all the shit to pay. The credit cards were paid off by that time. I really tried to keep the credit card balance super low, so I'd pay them off like every 2 weeks. And anyway, so we had all these bills stacking up, and then all of a sudden, what happened was yeah, like all the bills got to us. The orders started slowing down, but our expenses were going up, and it just crashed. All the money was gone. All of a sudden, I had debt on the credit card, and I couldn't really pay my rent anymore. And I hit my face. That was the second time I hit my face. First time was like 6 months earlier. But this time, I hit my face hard as fuck. And so I met Lua, my wife, in Argentina right around that time. Well, before we crashed, like 4 or 5 months before we crashed. And we decided to get married or whatever. Yeah, we didn't really spend a lot of time deciding that. And right around when the business was crashing, I was really still trying to do the music with Tincho, but Tincho was like, I don't believe in your voice. And that was when I wanted to really sing. It's like, I don't believe in your voice and I don't want to do music with you. And that fucking hurt. That was like a punch to the face. It sucked. But he was wrong. And I know he's wrong. I know because I'm standing here now with this, and I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for my voice. So, fuck that guy. No, I love him and I hate him. And it wasn't Tincho's fault that the business crashed. Like, he worked hard, but, like, he worked hard, but he never, like, produced any results. Whereas Joaco worked hard and he fucking made massive results. And I worked hard and I made results. Basically, I was running the company, and I didn't know how to train employees right, and I didn't really know how to save up money for things that happen within the business cycles, because you tend to run out of money and then get a lot of money and run out, and I didn't know that yet. I didn't know you're supposed to have like running capital to run for like half a year, 2 years or more. So I was a fucking rookie, man. I had no idea what I was doing. Now I wouldn't make the same mistakes. So the business crashed and Teen Show gave up on me, on us, which really hurt. And so I had to leave back to the States, bought a plane ticket on my credit card. And back then I was watching videos on Dan Locke, and he was like, even if I'm broke as fuck, I always take a limo to my speeches because it makes me feel rich. And when I feel rich, then I become rich. And so you got to put yourself in the mindset. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I got to put myself in the mindset. So I bought a fucking first class ticket, obviously, because I have to put myself in the mindset to be rich, right? Fucking full of shit, bro. Which just put me further in debt. And then I ended up in the States, and I did the June $10,000 challenge, which is on my YouTube. You can check it out now. And I worked my face off again. The plan was to go to the States, work my face off for a couple months, and then go get married. That was the plan. And so I went to the States, I worked my face off, and I paid off a huge portion of my debt. Paid off a couple of the cards, and I bought Lou's dad a plane ticket, I bought myself a plane ticket, I bought Lou a plane ticket, and yeah, we went to Ecuador to get married. My parents came, we had an amazing wedding, and yeah, I worked my face off. If you guys want to know what I did to work my face off, there's actually already a video about that, so I don't have to explain, but I'm going to explain a little bit. I basically sold a bunch of shit. I worked for the Toys R Us liquidation, and I did a sign job, which paid really well. I became the manager of the sign job, and then on top of that, I fucking busted my hands up doing landscaping. And on top of that, I was like flipping stuff. I think I already said that, but yeah. And that was Argentina. Boom. Okay. Now we're on to the next chapter.